Greetings, everyone. This is Mustafaa, your digital marketing specialist, coming at you with another episode on the podcast / YouTube channel. I hope you've been enjoying the content that I've been creating lately. I've trying to be more consistent and try to just push myself to get behind the microphone and produce this content. Also, I'm repurposing a lot of this content and producing blog posts and episodes. So you can also go to Digital Marketing with Mustafa and you have your choice of how you can consume the content. You can do video content, we have the podcast content, we have blog content, and we also have memes, which kind of break down little nuggets of information. So you have some options of how you consume this content, but I hope that the content is coming across clear, it's engaging, it's exciting, and you're really learning something and receiving some benefit from the podcast. So whatever channel you're on receiving this information, just give me some feedback, some comments. You can email me if you feel more inclined to go that way, and just let me know what you're getting from the content and some things you would like to hear. Is there any specific challenges that you're having that you would like me to try to look at and see if I can take a stab at it and give you some clarity on it? I'd be more than happy to do that. And again, you can do that either in the comments, depending on what platform you're on, or you can email me personally and let me know your feedback, your suggestions, your trouble points that you're having, and where I can possibly try to help if I'm able to address that particular subject. But on this episode, I want to discuss a online conversation I was having earlier today. This is November 26, 2024. But it was a conversation I was having online with a few colleagues, if you will, in my field in the industry of digital marketing, social media marketing, and thus and so. And we were discussing AI. And, AI right now is this big question mark that it's new. So we don't have anything to measure it by as far as in the past trends and ways of it being. So it's just a big question mark that we can predict, but a lot of people, self included, really don't know where this AI thing is going to go. We have suspicions and we have guesses, but everybody's just really watching this thing play out in real time of where it's going to go. So, this particular conversation we were having among colleagues in the digital marketing field, social media marketing, we were talking about how AI, if you use Google now or you use Facebook in particular, it's routing you to AI answers now that Google has, considered top answer now, where it's an AI generated answer. Facebook has integrated an AI tool where when you search for things, it'll give you a AI generated answer. So going forward, this is to be more of the norm where your first answer or the top answer among platforms will be that AI generated answer. And of course, you have ChatGPT that you can prompt a question and it will answer you based on the information that it has or is able to draw from various sources. And as I was having this discussion, I just kind of gave my 2 cents. And for the rest of this podcast, I'll just be kind of elaborating on what my opinion was of this conversation. But the subject is, will search, meaning like Google search, stuff like that, and SEO become irrelevant due to AI answers? And it's a very, very interesting scenario that was brought up that I really didn't think of it like that. That in digital marketing, there's a whole branch of digital marketing deals with SEO, which is search engine optimization, which deals with making your website search engine friendly, searchable, and being recommended and being on the first page in the top search results. That was a goal that many digital marketers or internet marketers back in the day strove for, to be able to be on that first page of Google or Yahoo or Bing, and to be preferably in those top few search results, so that if someone searched for a dietitian, you would come up on the first page in the first few search results. So most likely you will be one of the ones who are clicked or chosen to fulfill the needs of the person that searched for, say, a dietitian or a plumber or electrician. You want to be on that first page, where so that you would be selected, as opposed to you being on the fifth page or the sixth page, and people may not dig down that deep, 5-6 pages on a Google search, and therefore you miss that opportunity. So SEO became a tool and a tactic of how to structure your website and use certain keywords and use certain tactics to make it more likely that your website and your online presence would show up in those top results. But this scenario brought up the whole idea of that whole way of us consuming information could be decimated by AI. And again, as I said, none of us really know how this AI thing is going to turn out and what it's going to do. So, there's a lot of doomsday predictions, but we don't know how this thing is going to go. But with that being so, we do know that Google and Facebook and others are trending towards that AI generated answer. And so that may be enough for some people, where they may not have to dig down and go to a website and scroll through just to get that answer, where AI generated that answer, right there in your face. Boom. So, if you was looking for a particular recipe, or you was looking for some ideas, and AI generated answer on Google could, that top result is like, it's right there. It's telling you step 1, step 2, step 3. Then you don't have to scroll down and go through websites and, compare this website to that website to get a recipe, if it's like right there through AI, generated information. So in that sense, it could decimate that whole search engine model, and kind of making SEO irrelevant, because people may not dig into websites much, because they have been fulfilled with the AI answers. But again, I don't know how this is going to work out, and others don't know how this is going to work out. But I just thought it was very, very interesting that I just never really considered that, AI could decimate this particular, or make it less relevant. Google's not going anywhere. It's a major player. But that could just become um, not a top priority as far as people consuming information in that way. And I just got to thinking of myself as we were having this discussion. Like, I lean heavily on ChatGPT for most of my questions now. I use AI ChatGPT for ideation, and I use it for research, or if I got something on my mind that I need to get an answer to. Whereas before, I would go to Google and I would scroll through websites, and I would, compare information where that didn't exactly answer it. It was close, but let me try another website. And I may have to go through a few websites just to get that answer. But now with ChatGPT, on my phone as an app, I can just pull it up. Hey, I'm looking for this. or I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think if I do this? And I get those answers just like that. And of course, AI is not 100% that you sometimes have to vet that information. It may not be exactly right. But in a lot of cases, depending on how you prompt and what you're prompting for, it's giving you a pretty much straightforward answer that's pretty much reliable, you know, give or take, in a few instances. So, SEO, search, as 2025 comes upon us in 2026, don't know about how that's going to work out. I'm just going to, sit and watch and learn as it play out, just like you will sit, watch, and learn how it plays out. So that's a potential problem. And I came back with this as another point of view when I was having this discussion. Okay, AI answers may kind of poke at SEO and search and all that. But I brought this to the discussion that even with me not Googling as much as I would before because of AI, ChatGPT, I still love to go on YouTube. I still love to listen to podcasts. And generally, I I spend 4 hours each morning between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. listening to and devouring hours of podcasts, hours of YouTube videos, hours of audiobooks. That's something that AI can't produce as far as me being able to watch a human being on YouTube articulate a certain position or give certain knowledge. Same with a podcast, same with an audiobook. So search and SEO may be disrupted a little bit by AI, but I still like to have that human on YouTube and I'm watching them and I'm looking at the facial expressions and I'm looking at the hand gestures and I'm listening to the information and I'm hearing the vibe and the spirit behind the words that they're saying. I'm hearing the excitement or I'm hearing the concern as they speak on certain things. AI can't replace that, at least to my knowledge. I like listening to podcasts. AI can't replace that to my knowledge, audiobooks. So those who are content creators who produce video content, produce audio content, podcasts, produce audio books, you will still be okay. You should be okay because Google is considered the number one search engine, but YouTube is also considered a search engine as well. Because as people look for information on websites, people also look for information on YouTube. You know, I like to tell people the example of the power of YouTube that I'm not a mechanic by training or profession, but I have completed minor car repairs on my vehicle just based off YouTube videos. I'll search in YouTube what I'm going, how to replace a sensor, how to replace a thermostat, how to replace, something on my vehicle. Now, I don't go into major work, engine, transmission, stuff like that, but, some minor routine things. I have had my phone literally in my hand. I'm watching a video. I got my tools in my other hand, and I'm working and doing car repairs, minor car repairs. And I'm rewinding the video. How did he do that? What was that part right there? And I've been able to come through and do minor car repairs just off the power of a YouTube video. And there are many other examples that I've used YouTube, the information on YouTube, to do things that I'm not formally trained in or have experience in. So, as a search engine, YouTube is still going to be powerful because AI is not going to take away or it can't compete still with that human touch, being able to have a human on that video screen, or a podcast being able to have a human voice and having someone articulate and break down and thus and so. So AI answers may get in the way of a Google search or Facebook information, but if you still commit yourself to producing video content, producing that podcast, um, producing audiobooks, maybe putting your information together in an ebook and having your email list and being able to communicate with your followers through that way, I'm thinking that you should be okay. You should still be able to float along in this AI increasing technological society that we're fastly going into. So that was the answer that I gave in the second, and a solution that, if SEO and search becomes something that's in the rearview mirror, then YouTube podcasts, but YouTube in particular, people are not gonna stop watching YouTube videos. People are gonna still crave that human interaction. When we was in the pandemic, that was one of the hardest things for many, many people, is that we were sheltered and we lost the ability to communicate with another human being. As far as, we weren't going to our jobs. Some of us weren't going to jobs. We were remote working. Children weren't going to school. They was doing virtual learning, and it took away their ability to have that human interaction. So that was something that was greatly craved, the ability to interact with another human being. And during this time, Zoom became a big thing. Being able to have that FaceTime chat, just to be able to talk to another person instead of just being sheltered in place in home. So AI is amazing. I love AI, but it's never gonna take away from people desiring to have that person, a human being, speak to them. And also, AI, to my knowledge, cannot compete with you as a personal brand. AI can answer many questions. AI can do many things. AI is a powerful tool, but you are also a powerful tool as well. AI is never going to be you, whoever you are as an individual, whatever your personal brand is, whatever your niche or niche that you have put yourself in. AI is never going to be able to be you. You have a unique way of approaching things. You have a unique way of presenting information. You have a unique way of doing YouTube videos, your facial expression, your energy, the way if you put your hand on your my mind went blank. If you put your hand on your chin, if you cock your eye, certain ways of you talking and presenting yourself. AI cannot replicate those things that contribute to your personal brand. Some people produce videos, they're very energetic and very excited, and that's okay. There's an audience for that. Some people like that energy and that excitement, whereas some people like a more reserved, more straight to the point giving of information. They don't want all that energy and all that excitement and jumping around. They just want you to be cool, calm, collect, give me the information I need, and I'll go on about my business. But AI can't compete with your personal brand of you. There's only going to be one you. There's only going to be one way. There's only going to be you and your unique way of doing things. So, video, yes. Podcast, yes. But also be you. Continue to build your personal brand. So even as AI grows and AI becomes this great tool and AI becomes standardized, where it's so normalized, where people question, how did we live without AI? You want to have a personal brand that creates trust and creates confidence, that people will come to you as the go-to man, the go-to woman, the go-to brand, the go-to business. So that as AI is cool, they still want you. They still want your unique way of approaching it. They want your personal energy and vibe that you bring to the situation. They want the way you break down a particular subject. They want your recipes. They want your knowledge. So that's another solution to if AI answers messes up search and SEO. You can always fall back on your personal brand. You're you. I'm me. But no time soon, we're not going to stop being who we are as individuals. So that's pretty much everything that I wanted to address on the subject. As I say, I'm not an expert on this. I don't think pretty much any of us are. This is new. We're figuring it out as it goes and just watching the spectators seeing how the game gonna play out. But don't function off of fear or think that AI is this big bad wolf. It's just a tool. And it may take away some things, but it's going to add things as well. And there's a saying that in motivational speaking about the glass, you can look at that glass as half empty, being negative and pessimistic, or you can look at that glass being half full, potential, possibility. So AI is here, but how will you look at AI? Are you going to look at it as half empty, what it's going to disrupt, what it's going to take, what it's going to decimate? Or are you looking at it as a glass half full, the possibilities, how it's going to streamline work, how it's going to allow you to work smarter, not harder, how it's going to allow you to get work done in less time and get more done in less time? That's how I'm choosing to look at AI. I do wonders, will it make irrelevant some things job wise? And, that's a real concern. But I'm just looking at all the possibilities of, man, this is going to make my work so much better. It's going to allow me to help so many more people. It's going to allow me to reach more people. As I learn more about AI, it's going to allow me to educate people how to not be afraid of this AI, but to use this AI as another tool in our tool belt that we can use to get stuff done. So I'm excited. I look forward with anticipation of how it's going to play out in 2025, 2026, going to 2030 and beyond. Man, with how far AI has come just in such a short time, just so amazed at what we could possibly be dealing with in 3 to 5 years with this technology if it keeps growing. I don't think it's gonna get to Skynet level. Some people are scared that it's gonna, like the Terminator movie, it's gonna become self-aware and we're gonna have a Skynet situation where AI gonna turn on the humans. I don't think it'll get to that point. But let's see what it does. So this is Mustafaa, your digital marketing specialist. I hope that something that I said today was spark some thoughts, answered some questions, and just gave you some insight, and maybe quell some fears and let you know that we we should be all right and we can move through this together and learn about this great tool. So if you're listening to this, like, subscribe if you're on YouTube, on my podcast, share it with someone if you found this information valuable. Um, Definitely comment. Let me know what you think about this, or let me know what you think about other things, questions you may have, challenges. I'll be more than happy to look at it and see if it's something that I can address and answer. Check me out on my website, digitalmarketingwithmustafaa.com. That website is my one-stop shop. It'll let you know the services I provide as a digital marketer. It'll let you know, it'll introduce you to my podcast. Got many, many episodes talking about the ins and out of digital marketing and other related subjects. Also, my blog is on my website, Digital Marketing with Mustafaa. Got some great articles on there, some transcriptions of these podcasts and YouTube videos. I just turned them into articles so you can read them at your leisure. I have a book that you can download. It's a mini ebook, Building Your Brand and Information Empire with Content. Really, really great book. You can download. It's free, and it can really get the wheels turning and get some ideas in your head on how you can use content to build a brand and an information empire online. And it's not going to be really, really hard for you to do it. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. Podcast, the blog, the book, website. Email me, comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you on another go round. Peace.